to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC 7 at noon.
Very good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for ABC 7 at noon on air and live online. I'm Nick Patrick, joined by Madeline Notley in just a moment, but we start in the ABC 7 Alert Center right now. Take a look at your screens. We have flooding in Houston. This is all due to a water main break. It happened just about half an hour ago. Now you can see one emergency vehicle just driving through this water. We've seen people literally stranded on top of their vehicles in the mud, unable to drive through the standing water. We've been told this is on northbound and southbound lanes of the East Loop. We've learned this is a water main break out of the University of Houston's main campus. Dining halls are out of the main campus, and dining halls on that campus are being shut down. Obviously, this is very new. Just coming into the newsroom with this live look for us here, and you can see where everybody's being impacted. So we'll continue, obviously, to monitor this story for you here as we get that new information into the newsroom. We'll continue to take this live look for you throughout the newscast. Madeline, Nicole, moving back now to the Walmart shooting. Nearly 7 months after that shooting, we have heard one victim's story for the first time. It was a woman from Juarez who was doing her weekly shopping when that gunfire erupted. It's a normal occurrence in El Paso. Residents from Juarez crossing over for everyday shopping, just as El Pasoans cross over to Juarez. For one woman, that shopping day happened to be August 3rd. She was in El Paso to buy school supplies for her son. On her way out of the Cielo Vista Walmart, the shooting started. She was one of the more than 24 people who were injured but survived that attack. She explained to filmmaker Charlie Min what she saw.
Solamente le vi sus jeans, vi el arma.
She only saw his jeans, saw his rifle, and her mind blocked the rest. She doesn't remember what the attacker looked like or his face before she was shot through the leg, the bullets going all the way through.
Now, Min shared this interview he's using in his documentary. It's called 915, and it's set to open July 30th. She is now physically healthy. And after a citywide search for 2 weeks, the driver who allegedly struck a firefighter and then fled that scene has been arrested. Police say a tip from the public led them to the arrest of 46-year-old Shiloh Danielle Hutchings. Court records obtained by ABC 7 show Hutchings has a history of driving offenses, plus other arrests dating back for the past 2 decades. Hutchings has faced charges of drunk driving and driving without a valid license. Court documents state the morning Hutchings allegedly struck Armando Lopez, she was seen driving off, ran 2 red lights. Lopez is still recovering from his injuries, and a friend of Lopez told ABC 7 last night, despite what has happened, he believes Lopez holds no grudge. Back to our New Mexico mobile newsroom. 2 people are out nearly $4 grand after falling for a new rental property scam. It's happening in Las Cruces. The scam involves online ads for rental properties and pictures that are ripped off of legitimate listings. Then the scammer emails prospective tenants and encourages them to send money electronically. And Las Cruces police have since become involved, raising awareness about how the scam and others like it and how to avoid those. Back to regional news, a 10-year-old boy in Houston now recovering in the hospital after he was accidentally shot by his babysitter when she was trying to take selfies with a gun. The Harris County Sheriff's Office says a 19-year-old relative was watching the child when she found the gun. Thinking it was unloaded, the woman started posing and taking pictures with it, and that's when the gun went off, hitting the boy in the stomach. Now, the Sheriff's Office says he is in stable condition, but the investigation is ongoing. No charges have yet been filed. Madeline, thank you. And now switching gears to the latest on that shooting at a brewery complex in Wisconsin. Police say a fired employee returned to the complex with a gun, killing at least 5 co-workers and then himself. The names of the victims still have not yet been released, but it is one of the worst mass shootings in that state's history. Milwaukee's mayor saying the brewing site has been part of the community for 165 years, and this was the saddest day they've had. Authorities say the shooter was a 50-year-old man from Milwaukee. The FBI and ATF have also responded to the scene to assist as that investigation unfolds. ABC 7 spoke to an El Paso mother last night. She told us her son was inside one of the Molson Coors buildings when the shooting happened. She told us her son is okay and says she has never been so scared as she was during that time of uncertainty. And now to the coronavirus. Health officials are investigating the source of the latest case right here in the United States. Officials believe the U.S. may have its first instance of a community-spread coronavirus case. The case, announced on Wednesday, is a resident living in California. Community spread means that virus begins moving through a community and the source of the infection is unknown. In this case, the CDC says the patient did not have relevant travel history or exposure to another known patient. Though it is possible the patient could have been exposed to a return traveler who was infected, the CDC says there's been 60 confirmed cases in the United States. Despite worldwide spread, the Trump administration says the virus is mostly under control in the country. And the Tokyo 2020 organizing committee is not currently planning to cancel that Olympic torch relay. It is scheduled to start on March 26th. The organizing committee says Wednesday it is working out how to host that event without increasing the risk of infection. The committee is looking into suggestions of scaling down events and even reducing the number of spectators for the relay. This comes after a senior member of the International Olympic Committee said there are no current plans to cancel the Olympics. The committee does acknowledge the Olympics could be canceled if health authorities recommend it. And Saudi Arabia has announced measures to prevent the entry of the coronavirus that impacts Muslim religious rituals. One of the key measures is the suspension of entry into that country for the purpose of completing a religious pilgrimage to Mecca or to visit the Prophet's mosque. The kingdom also suspended entry to people with tourist visas for people coming from, quote, countries in which the spread of the new coronavirus is a danger, end quote. The government said in a statement that the measures are temporary and subject to evaluation. People in that area are not going to be able to shower or use water, so this is going to be an ongoing issue. Certainly we'll continue to monitor it at kvia.com and in later newscasts. But Nicole, here, no water main breaks, the sun's out. I think we're okay.
Yeah, it's